Welcome back, everyone. I'm Setharoth, and today we have an exciting showcase for you guys. I have finally gotten around to trying out the spell mod Colorful Magic. This little ensemble actually comes from the mod. It brings in a lot of new items that can be purchased from a vendor. Right now we're looking at Palette's Robe, and then it comes with Palette's Mask, which increases our destruction spells by another 25%. But that looks kind of creepy, so we're not going to wear that because I like this version of her better. Alright, this character has learned every colorful magic spell, and make no mistake, after Fenderix we're definitely getting into a colorful magic deep dive because there's so much to unpack here. You will note there aren't a whole lot of illusion spells to colorful magic, but everything else is pretty stacked. Illusion and Restoration are pretty light, but there's plenty of Conjuration, plenty of Destruction, and quite a bit of Alteration. But for this showcase, we're going to be looking at my top favorites, most of them master level spells, but some of them were just too good to pass up. First off, we're going to grab Stone Body. Improves the caster's armor rating by 300 points and ignores 50% of all physical damage for 60 seconds. But your speed down. This is obviously made by a non-English speaker, but you can code in any language. You moves at 50% speed for 60 seconds. Now, keep in mind, I'm also stacking this because over here in Alteration, I have made the Mage Armor perks, so my protection spells are 200% stronger, so that spell is going to be a bit buffer than it currently is. Now, as you can see, we've got lovely stone skin. Slowing your movement is a really interesting choice from a gaming standpoint. So yeah, that comes with some interesting drawbacks when you're a mage, but as it turns out, there is another spell that you can use in conjunction with this called Wind Walk. You move more speedy for 120 seconds. So if we stack these two on top of each other, now I'm not quite at full speed, but this is more tolerable. So if I was to use Akatal's Recital, for example, I could pop both these spells, and whenever I get into combat, I would be not quite as slow because Wind Walk would speed me up, but I would be stacking a lot more armor and resistance to physical damage, which is fantastic. Next we have Vampiric Grip. Pulls a living creature to you from a distance, and absorb of health and stamina per second from the target. For 1 second, opponents in melee range take 8 points fire damage per second. Targets on fire take extra damage. I don't know how well this will work against a giant. I should probably turn on Immortal mode before I do something a little crazy. And see where we're at. Okay, so it doesn't work too well on the heavy guys. That's interesting. We're going to find ourselves something a little squishier. Oh, I think I'll just bring in a wolf. There we go. Alright, now we're talking. There we go. So, interestingly enough, the creatures that you hurl into the air, I've hurled quite a good distance with this spell, and I noticed a significant lack of falling damage. So that part's a little tenuous. Keep that in mind. Where's the bear? There you are. Woo! Oh, okay, there was the fall damage. So I guess you just gotta get them up good and high. I was hurling bandits like 50 feet in the air with this thing, and they weren't taking falling damage, so I don't know how to... Oh, this is kind of cool, actually. So you can actually use this spell to knock a giant off balance so that you can get past him. I like that. That's interesting. That gives the spell some more crowd control than I expected. Particularly with my modded giants that are just monsters, for lack of a better word. As you can see, I have like maxed Alteration, and he hasn't taken any damage yet because his magic resist is scary. That being said, let's move on. Alright, next I'm going to show you guys Miasma. Actually, let me just check. That music might be a little too loud. There, that hopefully is a little more tolerable. Let's, for Miasma, we're going to need a couple of bandits. Hello, boys. Night-night. Now, I haven't tried to combine this spell with a vampiric build to see if you can actually feed on them when they are sleeping. I think it functions coding-wise a little more like paralysis. In the description, it's more of a sleep, but... Okay, immortal mode time. Let's get some distance here. Yeah, so Miasma, sleep effect for 40 seconds. Creatures and people up to level 71 will attack anything nearby for 120 seconds. So this is a spell that covers two different bases. You've got a sleep effect that, coding-wise, I think is more of a paralysis effect, but it's still cool. And then for the next 60 seconds, the creatures are frenzied and will attack anything nearby. So while we're on that subject, let's just see if this little spell will work on a bigger target. Come on. There we go. Oh, I think... Okay, so it worked on the giant. Let's see if we get a lot of distance from these two, because I frenzied both the mammoth and the giant. So I think they should start attacking each other. Come on, succumb to my illusion magic. That doesn't seem to be the case. Alright, maybe with the giant creatures, it's a little different. Anyway, as you can see, it worked fantastic on the bandits. So 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a great addition to your illusion magic utilities. We're going to save... No, actually, destruction magic will be fine right now. Because, you know, why not? You have messed with the great and powerful Celine. You're about to be bouldered. It still hit him. Oh! Did you see the blast radius on this thing? Oh, this is another kind of earth magic, I gotta say. Oh. I mean, Apocalypse gives you some cool stuff. You can bury people in the earth, you can cause spikes to come up out of the ground and hurl people into the air. But, I mean, look at the size of this. I mean, even Fenderix has some earth magic, but these boulders are like the size of freaking buildings. This is colorful magic right here. It is larger than life. Everything is huge and destructive, and it's a beautiful thing to behold, especially if you're a destruction wizard. Alright, that giant is still kicking, so we've got some more spells to throw at him. Next, we're going to use Elemental Blast. A twin flame explosion from 200 points of damage in a 200-foot radius. Very slow time for 5 seconds. So, given that giants are so slow, I don't think he'll be able to catch up to us in time to stop this casting. Notice when I'm in Master, I can't move my reticle, so you're kind of stuck aiming at wherever you're aiming when you start casting. As you can see, time slowed as promised. Even my modded giant has taken some damage, and we still have that elemental bonfire. Oh. Man, colorful magic is no joke. This is like reality altering magic for sure. The special effects are just top notch and amazing. I love it. The slow time effect is a nice touch as well, because it's not something that is usually combined with destruction magic. Usually it's a separate shout or something you have to use. Alright, what else do we have in our little bag of tricks here? I also wanted to show you guys, let's see, Kamehameha. An energy blast that does 150 points of damage per second. So we'll get up to the top of this lovely little hill, line up our little friend here. This is going to be good. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, my modded giants are so tough, but that's just beautiful. Look at that. The Dragon Ball Z fan inside of me is quite pleased. That is so much fun. That is so much damage. It's the modded giant that's surviving. Everything else would have died from that, trust me. Volcanic Thunderstorm. So this one is centered on the caster. So we're going to see if we can't just keep this tree between us. There we go. Surprise! Okay, so just to clarify, that was a volcanic thunderstorm. You had everything in there. There was lightning, there was fire, somehow boulders erupted. The blast radius on this is so big. Look at all the red dots on my mini-map. I have woken the neighbors. All of the neighbors. Because this thing is so big. Oh, yeah. The blast radius, you need to be careful with the master level colorful magic spells, because a lot of them will say, like, they're not ally friendly. Everyone will get hurt. You will also get hurt. So, you know, be careful. Also, these come with a long line of enchantments. If you want to add elemental enchantments to a regular melee weapon, keep that in mind. I believe it's just for the right-handed weapons, so just the one-handed ones. Next, let's go ahead and have a look at Restoration. We've got Great Magic Barrier, increased magic resistance by 75% for 60 seconds. That's also a master level spell. I don't really have a wizard trying to attack me right now, but I do like the effect. Oh, is he dead? Okay. Ooh, that burning effect from the volcano lasts a long time. That's good to know. Anyway, so this is the ultimate, like, magic resistance spell. 75% magic resistance reduction. That's very nice. Pop this on before a boss fight, and you're looking pretty. We also have Regenerate. For 1 minute, heal the caster 7 points per second, and health regenerates by 150% faster for 60 seconds. Given that I'm not in combat and I'm in God mode, I can just see what the graphics look like. That's cool. Gives you like a holy little glow. Although the magic resistance is kind of stealing my thunder at this point. What else we got over here? Oh, we've got more slow, tall, big behemoths. Fantastic. All right, what else do we have to throw at them? Wrath of the Gods, a 60-point explosion centered on the caster, blown away an enemy. Well, as it happens, I can just get nice and close to this guy without getting hit. Am I loaded yet? Oh, was he not close enough? He's gonna get closer now. That hit him. Ah! Oh wait, I'm in God mode. Okay, so it says it knocks them back, but I have a feeling that's just for things that are smaller than a giant, so let's have a look. Oh, good. There we go! Alright, now we can play hot potato. Oh, you don't have to wait very long on this thing. Look how the charge is very, very low. You don't have to concentrate very long to get this thing prepped. And you can knock people around the area. Oh... Woo! Fly away! Fly away, Bandit Lightning Stalker. Woo! It's so fun. Oh, that's grand. I like it. I know it doesn't quite fit. I mean, Restoration is usually like healing and stuff, but having some knockback. Once you're expert level, you can have some crowd control and in your restoration mode, right? That's not too overpowered. That should be fine. Next, we're going to show off some of these other conjuration spells. Trust me, I'm saving the best for last. First, I'm going to show you guys the Bound Soul Eater. Summon a Great Scythe for 120 seconds. Sheath it to dispel. Oh yeah? Yeah? Hiya-chawa! Oh, right. I coded this chick to be a... Oh, he's dead. Wait. Oh, this thing does a crap ton of damage. Well, that was... Wait. Yes, like this. You're done. You're just done. Alright. Haha! Yes, so the weapons are fantastic. Apparently they do an insane amount of damage. Does it actually show how much damage I'm rocking right now? 23. Really? 23. I soloed a modded mammoth in 2 hits. This must have some extra special effect. A bunch of these come with extra effects, like the lightning axe releases a shock spell with power attacks, that kind of thing. So that might be something worth experimenting at a later date. Or maybe it's a secondary effect from knocking everyone around. Oh, this is a fun one. I like this. So, one of my favorite classes to play in World of Warcraft was the Warlock. And my favorite was getting the Warlock's Steed, because, you know, some people would get a big cat or a fancy warhorse, but the Warlock got, like, a Hell Steed with fire trailing behind it. Case in point, admiring my Hell Steed with fire trailing behind it. Like, this is fantastic. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is actually faster than your standard horse. I feel like I'm moving at an exceptionally fast rate, even for the horses of Skyrim. Pretty sure. And I'm not sure if I'm actually walking on water or if this is just very shallow. Okay, it's just very shallow. I was almost incredibly impressed, but now I'm just very impressed because I love my flaming steed. This is awesome. If you guys watched my immersive armor video earlier this month, you should combine this spell with the Daedric armor set, where you're like all black and red and glowing as if you're basking in everyone's blood. It just fits. That would just fit. That's all I have to say there. Oh, and by the way, it shoots fireballs. When it helps in a fight. I think that's technically a dragon's breath attack, but yeah, can't argue with that. We also have one of my favorites, the Conjure Great Storm Atronach. Summons a Great Storm Atronach for 120 seconds, wherever the caster is pointing. By the way, that Great Storm Atronach, it's a giant! You can summon a giant, and he hits about as hard as a giant. Keep in mind, this is one of the umpteen level type spells. You will not be using this early in your playthrough. This will definitely be near the end. And yes, you can mod Skyrim to be so difficult that you need this guy to survive. It is possible. I haven't showed all those mods yet, but it is possible. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this has brought me to La Pièce de Résistance. Oh yeah, they have a spell that allows you to control up to 3 summoned creatures. Like, why not? That's awesome. You could have like 3 of these behemoths backing you up. Anyway, so La Pièce de Résistance is called False Moon, and I'm not going to read you the description because you just have to see it. You just have to see it. See all those little red dots in front of me at a safe distance? There is no safe distance from this. Yes, that is a moon-sized projectile, technically. It's huge. It's massive. I think it's possibly the size of Dragon's Reach. And, by the way, everything in the area will die. It is called False Moon, and you literally drop a meteor from the sky the size of a frickin' house. And if you're standing in the blast radius, you will get hurt and possibly die as well, because it does a crap ton of damage. You know what? We need to see this actually do some damage. Who we got around here? Any lovely volunteers? You know what? I've got God mode on. Why not go? Go big or go home. Hello. Yes, I know. You think you've won. You think you've won. You think everything is going according to plan. It is 10 against 1. Oh, I think 20. I may have accidentally created 20 of these guys, but I'm not worried. 1, because I have God mode up. And 2, because we're about to make landfall. Ooh. And yes, God mode was key to surviving that particular experience. Can't I just Ash Blast you? You're almost dead. Just finish it off. Really? Okay, there we go. Alright. Sorry, slight distraction, but that was False Moon. Beautifully displayed, falling from the sky and killing everything. So that's the essence of colorful magic. It is larger than life in every sense of the word. Like, there's an alteration spell to give you 300 extra hit points. Like, it is massive. This is for your overpowered God mode type playthrough. And yes, there are mods you can use to make this necessary to survive. Just have to be careful. And, oh, you know what? Why not? I'll just show you. There's one other spell that operates as in your shout slot, called Bound Dragon Breaker. It is a sword the size of a small house. It is beautiful. It is breathtaking. Let's see some more people die. Yes, let's sword fight. Come on. Your sword versus mine. So it comes with a stun and lightning damage, a crazy like two-handed side swing. Of course, my two-handed skill right now is 11, so that's going to be disappointing. But as you can see, it just looks amazing. A little bit unimmersive, perhaps. You could argue it is unimmersive because it's big and purple and yellow. But it also just looks amazing. Can't argue with that. Can you? You really can't. Alright, what do you say we find one more? Oh, I know. I know the spell we will use to finish this off. Dual wield. Ha! There we go. Haha! There! See? The bandits fly so much better than bears. I don't know why. And there, see? He did not take the expected amount of falling damage. I feel lied to. Look at that. I can't fall that distance and be perfectly fine. Maybe the tree broke his fall. Alright, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys for the evening. We will be doing a deep dive into colorful magic because why not? It is amazing. Oh, there is just something deeply satisfying about turning bandits into, like, projectiles. I don't know why. It just gives you those warm, fuzzy feelings inside. Good times. Alright. Oh, yeah, that Windwalk spell is still active. It lasts like 2 minutes. So whenever I'm in combat, my speed just doubles and I turn into Speedy Gonzales. Arriba! Ah, good times. Alright, so that is our showcase for colorful magic. There's like 300 or 400 other spells and items that we will be getting into in a deep dive environment. But that was a good run through of the general kinds of mayhem you can get into using this spell, or the collection of spells. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Take care.